Hello everybody, it's Catherine from Jayne Catherine on Books, and I'm here today with a small book haul, and took loads of books that we've read and we didn't want to keep or been on the shelves for ages, and just decided I'd never read them. So we took them down to our favourite second-hand bookshop in Scarborough Old Town, which is Mrs Lofthouse's, and it's like a rabbit warren in there. In fact, there's too many books. I think sometimes you're just a bit overawed with it all. You always get credits for the books that you take in there, and very reasonable, you know, we have very reasonable credits that he gives you. And so I've chosen four for this post for you. I'm on a bit of a historical kick, as you know, at the moment. I'm really been enjoying some historical fiction lately, and I came across these four, and yeah, thought that I'd like to read them, and I don't think they're that well known, so I thought I'd share them with you, with all my lovelies. So the first one is The Mesmerist by Barbara Ewing. And this made me chuckle because Barbara Ewing was a character in Dynasty, was it? No, Southfork. What was the one with Southfork? Was it Dynasty? Dallas. Yeah, Dallas. No, Dallas even. And yeah, so she's left Dallas to write a book. No, not really. This is not the same. This is set in London in 1838. And it says the controversial practice of mesmerism, so that's a bit like it's hypnosis, the old-fashioned term for hypnosis, with its genuine practitioners and its fraudulent chances, has hypnotised the city. Miss Cordelia Preston, a beautiful, ageing, out-of-work actress, terrified of returning to the poverty of her childhood, suddenly emerges as Lady Freno Mesmerist. Oh my goodness me. But I think all is not what it seems. There's something dark lurking somewhere. So that's that one. Thought that sounded interesting. These were all £2.50. Really good condition. It looks like it's only been read once. Then next we have The Sea of Poppies. Can you see that? That's it. And this is by Amitav Ghosh. Now, I do love Amitav Ghosh. I've read a few by him, and they are really lovely. Mostly sort of family drama types. They are often historical, and this is on board an old slaving ship named the Ibis. It says fate has thrown together a motley crew of sailors, coolies and convicts, including a bankrupt Raja, a French runaway and a widowed opium farmer. As their old family ties are washed away, they come to view themselves as ship brothers. Set against the backdrop of the opium wars, this unlikely dynasty is what makes Sea of Poppies so breathtakingly alive. And this was actually shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize in 2008. And oh, look at that lovely, look at the lovely end papers, gorgeous end papers there. Poppy's my favourite flower. I really love poppies, and I've never been disappointed by anything that he's written, so was pleased to find that. I've not heard of this one, even though it was shortlisted for the Man Booker. It sort of didn't ring any bells with me. I don't always pay too much attention to the Man Booker Prize. The next one, The Blackstone Key, and this is by Rose Melikan, and a dark mystery as ruthless conspiracy and an adventure begins. So I liked the look of this one. I've not heard of this author, Rose Melikan, and she was born in Detroit, Michigan, and she now lives in Cambridge. Cambridge in the UK, I presume, with her husband, who is a doctor, as in doctor of, you know, philosophy or whatever, not a medical doctor. And yeah, I like the look of this one. This is set in 1795, And it says, a young teacher called Mary Finch travels in haste to the Suffolk coast to meet her wealthy uncle, and so end a bitter family estrangement. But when she meets a dying man on the road, she is soon drawn into a world of intrigue and treachery. Why does this stranger carry a watch bearing her uncle's initials? And why does he hint that Mary is in terrible danger? Ooh. So I thought this sounded very intriguing, and again, excellent condition, £2.50. Not read anything by this author, so looking forward to trying that. And it sounds a little bit like a historical family drama, which I really love. So that's the Blackstone Key. And then finally, we have this great big chunky book here. It's called The Brethren, Robert Merle. And this was actually translated from French by T. Jefferson Klein. And I can't say that I'm enthralled by the cover at all. But when I read the blurb on the back, I was quite intrigued. And again, this was only £2.50 in really good condition. At first I thought it was an ARC, but I can't see that it says ARC anywhere. It's just, I don't know, it just feels a bit flimsy, but still in excellent condition. So this is something based in the Périgord of France, which I enjoy books set in France. And if you recall, the Périgord region is where Martin Walker writes his books. Bruno, Chief of Police. I haven't read one for ages, I'm behind, so I think David's ahead of me, so I need to get on with that. But this is the Périgord region in the 16th century France. And it said it's wild region on the edge of the reaches of royal authority. Its steep forested valleys roamed by bands of brigands and gypsies. Its communities divided by conflict between Catholics and converts to the new Protestant faith and the Huguenots. So if you recall, I recently read the book about the silk weavers that came from Huguenot. And to this beautiful but dangerous country come two veterans of the French King's Wars, John de Soirac and Jean de Sauveterre probably, and they're called the Brethren. They make their home in the formidable chateau, no Catherine, it's chateau, remember your French girl, of Mesmerist, and the community they found prospers, but they're far from secure. Religious civil war looms on the horizon. So yeah, very much of it's the type of book that's usually set around the 16th century. There was all sorts of things going on behind the scenes with the royalty and you know, the advisors around the royals and how that affected some parts of Europe. So I think that should be interesting. I mean, I would never have picked it up with the cover at all, but I'm hoping that's going to be a really interesting book. I read the first page and the writing style seems quite simple to follow, nicely put. So yeah, looking forward to that one too. So that's 4 wonderful books that I got with my book credits, and see you again for part 2 next time. Bye for now.